Hello adventure, my name is Chris and we're gonna be looking at a quite simple module. The module is called Image Hover and it does one simple thing. It's gonna show you the artwork of a token, regardless if it is a player or a monster token, on one of the corners of your Foundry VTT application. Let's look at the installation. In the add-ons module tab, we're gonna be clicking install module and look for Image Hover. The module is created by Eriku and the current version is 3.0.3. Just hit install and let's get back into our world. I'm actually working with Pathfinder for the time being, just for Brave It SX, but this one actually should work with most of the systems out there on the market. Going back to our scene, as you can see I have it set it up in the lower left corner. However, this is editable. We go into configure settings. At Image Hover, we have the following settings. The art on hover, you can select multiples. The token art, the require actor permission works the same as with everything else in Foundry. The art on hover, it is important. Depending on what you're going to be selecting, you're going to be seeing the art in different formats. Now, I have selected as token art, and you'll only be able to see the token exactly as it is. However, the main two ones are character art and token art. I'm gonna go back to character art so you can see exactly the change. Okay. One of the options is also enable or disable image hover. Simply tick if you need it or not. The position of the image by default it should be, if memory serves, on top right in this corner. However, I did manage to find it more useful in the bottom left corner. The following setting is how big the image should display as. Let me close this. I set it up for 10.5. And this scenario is going to be as big as it can be based on the screen. So, the best setting I was able to find for me is between 5 to 10. A 7 usually works for me. Let's go for 7.5. There we go. Last setting is the mouse hover time requirement. This is how much time the mouse is hovered on the icon to actually display the picture. When you have multiple tokens displayed on the screen, it is preferable to set up a little bit of delay up until the image shows. Since sometimes you do scroll through multiple tokens and you don't want to have a mishmash of tokens appearing. 100 to 200 for me seems to be working fine. However, you can say it as much or none at all as you would like. And there you go, at 200 milliseconds there is a small delay, and if I scroll the mouse very quickly it's not going to show anything. Another module that I want to tackle is Combat Carousel, and I'll show you momentarily what it does. I'm gonna hit install on my end and go back to my game mode. Be advised, this module is discontinued. It works as of version 11, however I would love to see it continued by someone else. Okay, now that we changed to a more encounter-based map, let's have a look at what exactly it does. With all of my players and NPC selected, we're gonna set them up for combat, and let's roll for all of them. As you can see, the only method of tracking each player's initiative is gonna be through this specific tracker. Going to modules, let's activate Combat Carousel, let's go back to the Wharf map. As you can see, each player does have its specific position on the screen. Be advised, the icons might be a bit weird. Enable collapse navigation bar when Combat Carousel is rendered. So when this pops in, this goes away. Carousel side, we have large, medium, small, and extra small, depending on how big it wants. This is defaulted to medium. Let's try the extra small. As you can see, all of them are quite smaller. You might encounter some finicky issues. Going back to settings, open the carousel on combat creation. We can also click this. So every time we trigger in their combat state, they will pop. The combat image can be anything, from the token actor, which I'm gonna be selecting, the specific image, to the actual token, which I feel like is quite stylized, to other options. You can also take always on top, show overlay on hover, and so many other options. Another set of settings, when you start the combat, you can actually have a few options. Roll all or roll only NPCs. It does help a little bit with saving time. Let's only click and only the NPCs are rolled. You can also reset. Thank you so much for watching, have a great day and happy hunting!